And whenever I get gifts and it's wrapped in tissue paper, I keep the tissue paper and I use it in my shipping. What's up, my reseller friends? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Sabrina. I thrift to resell on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari, and I have a come ship with me video. So I normally film my come ship with me videos on a Friday, and then I will post it on Tuesday morning. However, I am planning on taking a week off coming up. So I'm filming this video on a Tuesday to post it on the following Tuesday. So everything that I talk about in this video is going to be about a week old. So I just want to throw that out there and be transparent from the beginning. But let's go ahead and dig right into the shipping. So first I have some coasters that were given to my husband at the Ballast Point Brewery in downtown Disney. We had quite a few of these. This is what they look like. And I listed them as 3 different listings. So one listing came with 5, one came with 3, and one came with 2. The listing I had that came with 5 already sold. And this is the listing that came with 2. Now I listed these back in November of 2022. So they have been listed for a while, but I'm gonna tell you, this is free stuff, right? And it's super easy to list, super easy to ship. So I really don't have any regrets at all by putting these up on my store. And you know, I did send lots of offers on these too throughout the months. So they were bringing some sort of views and attention to my store. So I'm totally fine with it. These ended up selling for $8.99 free shipping. Again, this is free inventory, not a big deal to me. And so the way I'm gonna ship these is I'm just gonna wrap them up in some cardboard because these could definitely bend if they're not protected. So let's see if it will fit in a regular 9x6 padded envelope. I'm skeptical and I don't think it's going to. No, I do have one that's like one size up, so I'm gonna go grab that. I don't really use these envelopes that often. That's why I have them over here. So I think that this is like a 9.5 by 6.5. So it's barely just a little bit bigger, but look at it, it fits. So, and I buy these ones because I had purchased a bunch of DVDs that had slipcovers. So when they have the slipcovers, they sell better, but they don't fit in one of these. And, you know, the buyer cares about those slipcovers. So you don't want to just like stuff it in something that's too tight. So that's the reason why I have these that are a little bit bigger, but I've sold through most of those already. So I don't use these envelopes as often, but every once in a while they come in handy for things like this. And I don't have very many left. And when I run out, I may place another order for some more. Yeah, and this only weighs 2.2 ounces. It's going to Arizona, and it is going to cost me $3.96 to ship. And I like to write the buyer's name on the package. That way, when I put the labels on, I know that I'm putting it on the right package. Next item is something else that just came from my home, and it is one of my daughter's old sweaters. I remember when I bought this for her at Hot Topic, and she wore this a few times. We actually had a friend of ours, her daughter stayed with us for a week, and we took her down to Hollywood and we spent the day over in Hollywood, and my daughter wore this sweater, and we took like tons of videos and pictures on that trip. So like I see this sweater and it just reminds me of like a happy memory. And it's always so hard to sell that kind of stuff, but it's like, what am I gonna do with this sweater that's too small for me? My daughter doesn't like it anymore. Make some money off of it. So this sold for $17.98. And the buyer paid $6.33 for shipping. Now, this is a brand called Almost Famous. And I know that Almost Famous is sold at Hot Topic. So if you buy anything with that brand, Almost Famous, you could put Hot Topic in the title. That's what I do. Or just put like in the description, like sold at Hot Topic or something. That will help it sell. All right, let's see how much this weighs. Oh, it's just over the 8 ounces. So it's 8.5 ounces. So I'm gonna round it up to 12 because that's how USPS charges by their tiers. I don't know, the reason why I just leave it at 12 is because when I make these listings, I put either 4, 8, 12, 1 pound. And then once I reach the pound, then I go by 2 pounds, 3 pounds, 4 pounds. So that's how I put it in here when I make the listing. So it's not gonna make a difference if I go on here and change it to the 8.5 or if I just leave it at like 12, right? I'm gonna be charged the same. So just to save me time, I always just leave it. So I have this at 12 ounces. It's gonna cost me $5.07 to ship, and it's going to Utah. All right, the next item I have is a Callie doll, which is Barbie's toddler sister. This is from the 90s. And this is my 3rd time selling the same doll. She always sells, but she's not worth that much. It only sold for $10 free shipping, but it's just one of those things where it's like, it's always a guaranteed sale, right? So this is what she looks like. This one was actually in really good condition. She had her shoes, her hair is really nice. So I knew that this one was gonna sell fast. And she came from a huge Barbie lot. That series that I have out right now about listing the Barbies, she came from that. So if you've been watching those videos, I will have a new one out this Friday. And whenever I get gifts and it's wrapped in tissue paper, I keep the tissue paper and I use it in my shipping. So we're gonna have this doll wrapped up in some cute purple and red tissue paper. I'm gonna ship her in one of these 4x4 boxes. I usually buy these boxes on eBay. It's where I'm able to find them for the cheapest. They do sell them on Amazon, and I do have them linked in my Amazon affiliates page if you want to check that out. But eBay is actually like the best place to buy these ones. They're the cheapest. And there's not like a particular seller that I buy it from. I always just look for whoever has the best deal at the time and go from there. And she is only going to weigh 2.3 ounces, and she's going to cost $4.11 to ship. Next item is a Vans hat. When did I list this? In June of 2023. Buyer paid $13.49 free shipping. Not a great sale, but whatever. I don't remember where I got this from. It probably came from a yard sale though. So this is what it looks like. Just a regular little snapback Vans hat. Nothing too special. Probably got it for dirt cheap. I always make sure to ship hats in boxes. This is actually being shipped in a box that I'm reusing that came from Amazon. This is going to weigh 6.7 ounces. We're going to round it up to 8. It's going to cost me $4.47 to ship. Okay. Last item is this Barbie. Who is she? Barbie Beach Glam Summer Blonde Hair. Green Eyes, Mattel, 2006 Beach. I was just trying to use up all my characters in the title, I guess. I listed her in September of 2023, so not too long, couple months. This is what she looks like. So this is a little bit of a more modern doll. And she ended up selling, not for a lot, $10.79, and she was actually on sale. So this was just one of those dolls where like I never would have just like picked her up out in the wild. She doesn't have her outfit or anything. She did just come from another lot of just dolls that I purchased. And whenever I get like lots of dolls, I just list them all at once, and it's not too much of a problem for me to list them like anywhere between $10 to $15 free shipping, because I'm doing them all at once. So I can make these listings very quickly. So that's why I do what I do. I know a lot of people will sit here and say that that's not for them. And that's okay. We're all different. And it is kind of frustrating when I get comments of people like trying to tell me that what I do is wrong. As a reseller in the community, you're always going to get people who are telling you what you're doing is wrong. It's just the way it is. But, you know, I really don't care, because what I do works for me and what you do works for you. So it's like, I feel like I don't know why I feel like I have to say this, but like every time I talk about things that sell for low prices, I always feel like I have to like justify and explain it. But really I don't. I know I don't, but I don't know. It's weird. Anyways, this weighs 7.1 ounce. It's going to cost me $4.28 to ship. And that's all I got for today. Not very many sales. It's been an extremely slow week. I know it's been really slow for a lot of you lately. Keep in mind, this is what's today? Today's January 30th. So this video is gonna get posted like a week later. So, but yeah, so like this last week of January, I know has been pretty tough for a lot of us. Not everybody, but I mean, I'm still getting sales, so that's great. I'm not complaining about that. eBay just totally glitched out on me right now when I try to purchase these labels. There's been a lot of glitches on eBay, a lot. So it's like we're dealing with that, like all the glitches. We've been dealing with slow sales. I know eBay just recently fired a whole bunch of people, or laid them off, whatever you want to call it. There's some weird stuff going on. Things are kind of like off. I will definitely say that. Not just in like the eBay world, but just in the world. I had taken my daughter to the mall. I'm actually gonna fix the way that this camera's going. Hold on, bear with me for a second. Okay, now that I finished my shipping, I wanted to change the angle of that camera. But yeah, I took my daughter to the mall on Sunday. And our mall can get extremely packed during the weekend, like really packed. We only have one mall. And I took her on Sunday, and I didn't want to go because I hate going to the mall on Sundays because they're always so crowded. But nonetheless, we still went, and it was so empty. I had never, as long as I've lived here for the last 3 years, I have never seen that mall that empty. And for a Sunday? Yeah. I just think that people are taking a spending break right now. Hopefully that break won't be too long, but it's just something that I observed. But yeah, and then eBay has been doing some like weird glitches. Like for example, I went to go post something from my draft bank, and it told me that I couldn't post it because there was no description. And I was thinking, I remember typing out that description and putting that description in there. And yeah, it was just gone. Everything else that I had done on that draft was there, except for the description just like disappeared, just randomly on one of my listings. And then I had been seeing people talk about, like on Facebook groups, like other glitches that they've been seeing. Like for example, like one person said that they changed all of their like prices. So let's say they had something listed for $14, like they changed it to $14.99. So they like raised the price by like $1. and they showed what all of their listings look like, and they all ended in 99. And they say that they don't do the 99s on their prices, but somehow like all their listing prices just got changed. And then other people were commenting, talking about glitches that they've been noticing, such as things that had already ended or sold that somehow got like relisted and then resold. I just hope that they get their crap together. I think maybe this week is probably going to be a good time, if I'm going to be taking a week off, that it be now while they like figure things out. I am putting my store on time away, but I'm still putting the option where people can still buy, but I'm just not going to be able to ship. So I'm doing that for a week. My sales are probably really going to drop. I know I'll still get some sales, but I'm not expecting to like be making some like good money during that time. But yeah, everything's fine. I'm taking the break for good reasons. I just have some stuff going on, but it's all good, positive things. But yeah, I just gonna be taking a break from YouTube and eBay, but I'm still gonna have these videos going during the week because they're gonna be pre-shot and already uploaded and ready to go. So if you comment on this video and I don't respond right away, it's just because I'm just like gonna be MIA for a little bit. But yeah, I think that's it. I didn't get any Poshmark sales or Mercari sales, but I will tell you something really awful that happened to me yesterday that I'm so stressed out about. So I was sitting right here where I am right now, and I had my computer plugged in, right? And I have the computer that doesn't have like the magnetic MagSafe. This is the one that like plugs into the computer. So I had it plugged in, and this cord got wrapped around this chair, and I moved it to come grab something over here. And as I did it, it pulled my computer, and my computer fell onto this concrete floor, smash. Like, but it fell like straight on. Like it didn't fall on the edge or anything, just went straight down. And I was horrified. This computer is only a little over 3 years. I do not have Apple Care on it. It's over. Even if I did buy the Apple Care, it would have expired at this point because it's been over 3 years, unless I would have continued to pay for it moving forward, which is something that I just wouldn't do anyways. And I'm really like, I feel like I do a really good job taking care of my computer. Like anywhere I take it, I always have it in the case. I take really good care of my computer. So when that happened, I was mortified. Everything seems to be okay. I've like troubleshooted everything. Like I checked like does charger still work? I went on to iMovie and I like downloaded a movie on there to make sure that was still working. I checked the internet, like I checked my keyboard, and just I checked everything, and everything seems to be checking out just fine. I do have a little bit of a dent. Like I think it would be really hard for you to see it, but a little bit like right here. But I think that my computer is going to be okay because I used to work for an Apple repair shop. So I know a lot about like Apple products and repairs and things like that. So I feel like if there was going to be some damage, that most likely I would have already seen it. And this was yesterday. I've used my computer plenty of times ahead of time, but I'm still scared that what if there's some like internal damage in there that just really hasn't affected it yet. Because I was reading online and I did see that someone said they dropped their computer and the computer was working just fine, and then like 3 days later they got all those like lines on their display. And some people get confused and think that like when you see all of those lines on the screen, they just automatically assume that it's like a screen issue, but that's not always the case. Many times it's the motherboard that's causing those lines on your computer. And, if I drop this and there was some damage to the motherboard, that I don't know if it's going to just come and bite me in the butt later. So I am actually very stressed out about it. So pray for my computer, please. If this computer breaks, I'm screwed, guys. I cannot afford to buy a new one right now. So if you don't see me posting videos for like a couple weeks, it's because my computer broke. Oh gosh, I love this computer so much. And I really was, when I bought it 3 years ago, I was really like expecting to get between 5 to 10 years use out of this computer. So pray for me, pray for my computer. And yeah, I'll still be posting another Barbie video this Friday. It will be the next part to my series. I'm having a brain fart right now and I don't know what part that is. I think it's gonna be part 4. I think it's part 4. But thanks so much for hanging out, guys. I hope you found this video helpful, useful in any way. I know I didn't ship out too much today, but you know, it's a slow week. It's gonna happen. It's all a part of it. Never forget that when you thrift upon a star, all your dreams will come true. I'll see you next time. Bye.